KCAL News, Los Angeles.
Welcome to KCAL News at 11 o'clock on CBS Los Angeles and streaming on CBS News Los Angeles. I'm Kalina Estrinos in for Chris Holmstrom. A dramatic rescue overnight after a man drove off a 200-foot cliff in Calabasas, sparking a small brush fire, and he made it out alive. As KCAL News reporter Amanda Sorrentino shows us, at first, firefighters didn't even know the man was there.
The driver of that car lucky to be alive this morning, and standing here where the car went over, you get a really clear picture of what exactly happened. The car went down the side and you can actually see it down this very steep hill, just completely destroyed. And the fire crews I talked to this morning say it's pretty incredible that that man is still alive today. So take a look at the scene from earlier. At 1:15, fire crews got the call of a report of a brush fire at Mulholland and Stunt. When they arrived, they found it was about a quarter-acre vegetation fire moving uphill. When crews were doing perimeter control, that is when they saw a car over the side of the mountain. Crews initially did not see the person who drove that car, but then they heard someone in the distance.
So as the crews were making their way down the hill, they said that they could hear a voice from a civilian, but they hadn't determined the location yet. And it took us quite a while to find the actual location of the victim.
That man thankfully was found, and rescue crews were able to walk him back up the road. He was checked out by paramedics on scene here, and we are told he only had minor injuries. They did transport him to a local hospital just in case. This area challenging to navigate because of the slope and heavy vegetation. The battalion chief says it made it very difficult to find that person this morning, especially in the dark too. The fire grew to about 1 acre before they were able to get it fully contained. Again, looking at the scene here, too, you can see just how difficult that brush must have been to get through. Remember, it was extremely dark this morning. Not a lot of light sources out here. So this firefight was difficult. That rescue also difficult as well. So very incredible that that man was able to be rescued and also walked his way back up this way with those rescue crews. Now, what exactly happened? Still under investigation this morning, but I'm told by fire officials that a lot of incidents like this happen in this area because of speeding and people not paying attention. So when driving through this area, of course, just try to slow down. But again, this incident still under investigation. In Calabasas, I'm Amanda Sorrentino, KCAL News.
You know, Alex, it's always really dangerous when a car fire like that sparks, especially with all that vegetation. But we've had no issues with the Santa Ana winds. We haven't had the warnings when it comes to the heat, which is great.
Exactly, Kalina. You know, we do have some wind to contend with, but yes, and we'll highlight those areas for you coming up in just a second. Want to give you a live look over LAX. Not looking too bad at the Horseshoe at this hour, so good news if you're headed to the airport soon. Temperatures in the low 60s as we head close to the water. Next few hours, you know, feeling temperatures hovering in the 60s. We're talking dry conditions, sunshine. Today we saw more clouds earlier today, so some of those clouds starting to clear off. Overall, a beautiful day after Christmas. Hope you enjoyed your Christmas holiday. And you know, we are heading a little bit closer to the weekend and of course into 2025 too. Temperatures today by region, we're talking 60s across the coastline, across Orange County, 70s in some of our valley spots today with high 60s in the Inland Empire. So I'm going to have more on the forecast for this weekend and of course as we head into the start of the new year too. That's all coming up in a few minutes. Kalina.
Sounds good, Alex. Thank you. I do want to take you back out to LAX. You can see it right behind me where, like Alex mentioned, it's not too bad out there on the Horseshoe there. It's looking nice and light as some travelers are starting to make their way home. But as KCAL's Bradley Blackburn shows us, things are not as smooth in other parts of the country.
Go to the back of the line. Let's go.
At airports around the country, the early birds got to wait in line as the day after Christmas